In the last episode, we have seen the Upper Doab, Orissa, and Rajputana famines, which were intentionally imposed by the British, killing millions and millions of the innocent citizens of Hindustan. In today's episode, let us have a brief review of the Southern India famine, the Great India famine, and the Second Bengal famine, which also were intentionally imposed by the British by exporting almost all the agricultural products, wheat, rice, everything, to Britain and to Europe, leaving practically nothing to the citizens of India and thereby inducing intentionally these famines. As in the past episodes, here also I have collected and arranged side by side the terrific scenes of the famines suffered by our innocent citizens, and at the same time the exaggerated luxury enjoyed by the British, looting the wealth of these people who were dying in Hindustan as a result of the inhuman practice of the British, who pretended as one of the population with high culture and civilization. But what they practiced was contrary to what they predicted. This is a scene of the Southern India famine of 1876, in which the death toll was 5 to 5.5 million. Watch these terrible scenes and contemporarily the exaggerated luxury looting the wealth of these people and turning them to this terrible situation. Here again is another scene of the Southern India famine of 1876. Please watch these terrible scenes and at the same time the luxury enjoyed by those who looted, who plundered the wealth and well-being of these people who were dying in the streets. Again, please watch this horrible and incredible scene, which also belonged to the Great Indian famine, during which the death toll was about 5 to 5.5 million. And contemporarily, the exaggerated enjoyment of those who looted the wealth of these people, putting them in such a hell. These scenes are self-explanatory and it doesn't need any particular exploration. You can have a look and understand how much terrifying was the sufferance which were induced or imposed by those who came in Hindustan disguised as traders. Again, another scene of the Great Indian famine. Watch this scene and compare it to this one. Once more, another scene from the Great Indian famine. Please watch. These were people who were turned down to such a terrible situation by those who enjoy this exaggerated luxury. Here you can see another scene of the Second Bengal famine of 1943, during which the death toll was about 4.3 million. In this systematic and well-planned destruction of a nation which was the richest in the world until 1600 AD to one of the poorest in the world, putting the nation in the list of the poor countries of the third world during 300 years of permanence of the British in Hindustan. This is a statement or an affirmation which I have extracted from the book An Era of Darkness, written by Mr. Shashi Tharoor, where he affirms that the reason for this man-made famine, here Mr. Shashi Tharoor precise about the Second Bengal famine, was the odious criminal behavior of the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who deliberately ordered the diversion of food from starving civilians to well-supplied British soldiers, and even to top up the European stockpiles in Greece and elsewhere. Please reflect. Just see how Britain sucked Hindustan's blood to the last drop. When officers of at least a bit of conscience pointed out in a telegram to Churchill the scale of the tragedy caused by his decision, Churchill's only reaction was to ask peevishly, why hasn't Gandhi died yet? Just reflect. 27 million tons of grain imported from India in 1943 and generous buffer stocks in Europe were the priority of Churchill, which caused the death of several millions of innocent citizens of Hindustan. And watch this arrogant face. Why Gandhi hasn't died yet? This also is an information which I have extracted from this famous book, An Era of Darkness by Shashi Tharoor. And this was what happened in our nation, which was the richest in the world until 1600. See you in the next episode. Jai Hind.